You know, I came across a discussion yesterday that asked a really simple question. Do 70 years old look younger than they did 20 or 30 years ago? I thought it was pretty interesting because at first when I saw that I smiled, and because I thought, well, that's kind of impossible question, because how could a 70 years old look younger now than they did 20, 30 years ago, right? But then I started reading the comments, and honestly, the comments were more interesting than the question itself. So some people said because fewer people smoke today than it used to be. I think there was so many campaign over the years of anti-smoking, of what smoking can do for your body, and I witnessed firsthand. I mean, I've seen a few family member that is has been a smoker for years, and you can see the smoker lines. I mean, I think we used to call it smoker line because you can see the crease right here, and the skin would be a little tarnished, right? So we know that. So others said sunscreen. People are using more sunscreen and taking care of their skin more now than before. And when I was younger, people used to go out and bake in the sun using baby oil. I mean, that was so bad. I know I think I used it maybe a couple of times because my friend was using it. So I was like, oh, I give it a try. But I personally, I don't need it because my skin color just turned darker fast anyway. So, and some mentioned better nutrition. I think I can agree to that because a lot of us now, there's more organic, even though food back then are way better. They're more non pesticides, or they're not modified or processed. However, I think the knowledge of the nutrition itself has shifted. I think people are more have more knowledge and ask more better question as to what kind of food is better for their body, not just eating just to eat, or because you're eating because you're hungry to feel to keep your energy, but the nutrition factor of knowledge of what each food mean for our body, and how our body can take this different food and fuel it, and then makes you well. It's like a lifestyle. There's, of course, there's more organics foods in out there now. And then other people said exercise, more better exercise, right? There's gyms everywhere popping up around the corner. There's so many gym memberships to get people into a better stage of moving. Because when your body moved, a lot of things that's happening, your body just feel better. So I can agree to that, definitely. And stress management, this is something that I pause, definitely, because when I was growing up, stress, I did not know what the word stress really mean. It's like, okay, you just throw it at you stress. But I had no idea how stress can affect your body and aging. And I didn't really put two and two together until I was introduced into this wellness industry and the wellness, and I just became more curious. And the more I hear the word stress, then you ask better questions. Like, then you go, what happened? I mean, why does stress mess up your body aging system? Because it's just that's you know this itself can become another topic that we can discuss in on one of the Friday. But chronic stress is definitely not good. So there's many management stress management routine offer out there, including meditations, or just go out in the sun and live the life like active lifestyles and be outdoor, or even using products and tool that I use, those are more, those are a few of the stress management that people can use. But the knowledge of how stress can damage your or create that aging faster has become more publicly talked about. And I think that's why people say, hey, stress management. And of course, less alcohol. Yes, most definitely. Because again, I have seen people that drinks a lot of alcohol and how they age. Not just because it's destroying your organs such as liver, but it does everything else to your body as well. And better medical care. Definitely. There's a lot more advanced medical care that we have now than we did 20, 30 years ago. There's a lot of money poured into research about age reversal, about how to deal with certain chronic issue or whatever medical issue that they have. So yes, better medical care definitely is one of the top one. And of course, I was this popped into my head when I read that question, but not because I was serious, but definitely is part of it is a few people joke about it, cosmetic procedure. It's true. It's a lot of people have used this cosmetic procedures, but then there was a comment that if you look at data, I don't remember the percentage of it, only certain percentage of people that looking young have cosmetic procedure of some type. So I say, okay, well then it's not a main factor, but yes, that will be definitely one of the question. And I'm sure when I asked that question, one of the answer that popped into your head was cosmetic procedure because it's there, right? And better products. I mean, people are using better products for their skincare and stop to you have what collagens, you have retin. I'm not into the beauty and skincare product really, so I can't name it all, but there's so many things that they do that, and I guess that's fall under cosmetic but not really procedure. So that's something that there is as well. Again, those are just from the outside, and you really need to work from the inside. We'll talk about that a little bit. But what surprised me was this: nobody seemed to convince that there was just one answer. I mean, look at all those answers that was popping up in the comments, and people just agree that it was a lot of little things. And we talked about this before, that a lot of little things changing your lifestyle is what matter most, and that's what gonna give you the best results. So I thought, isn't that interesting? Because again, this is not what I exactly was looking to get when I found this discussion, but we are ended up gathering information and pointing to the solution, that conclusion, or not quite conclusion, but we're pointing out to the fact that a lot of little things help your body within the aging thing, in the aging aspect. So it makes me think about my own life, right? I mean, like I said, when I was younger, I honestly didn't think much about aging at all. I mean, I just thought, okay, you live, you raise your kids, you go to work, you pay bill. I mean, you just go to way back then. You go to school and you go out in the sun, you bake in the sun and whatever, and you just got through the week, enjoy life and doing whatever, and you weren't sitting around wondering about Healthspan, you know I or wondering what do I need to do next to better improve my health span. And most people think, how long am I going to live? That I think that's the a more common question back then. So I think a lot of people are like that. Life keep us busy until one day you notice that getting up from the floor is a little harder. Waking up, getting out of bed is a little harder. You don't have the same energy like you used to. You can't go all day, go to work or go to school and then go party all night and repeat all over again without feeling the effect of no sleeping at all. I mean, who remember that, right? Or recovery take longer. Same thing, now try going out all night. I mean, working all day, going out all night, and let's see how you recover in the morning. I don't think that's possible. I don't even want to try. I have no desire to try that even. But, you can see that's the aging body. It's not dramatic, right? But it's a little reminder that time keeps moving and your body keeps aging. I mean, we know that. So that's when I realized something, that for years, I thought the goal was to live longer. How old am I going to live until? But now I'm not sure if that's the question anymore. I just don't want more birthdays just to have more birthdays. I want to enjoy the birthdays. I want to travel. I want to spoil my future grandkids someday. I want to be that youngest hip grandma that go around Disneyland and enjoy the ride with them without feeling, oh my God, I won't last the day. I want to walk without thinking about every step that every joint on my body hurts, my knee hurt, my feet hurt, my back hurts. I want to keep learning new things, and I wanted my brain to stay active, to take in these information. I want to wake up excited about life, enjoy what it has in store for me for today or tomorrow or next year. So suddenly that conversation changes. It isn't about the lifespan anymore. It's about health span. Health span is simply the number of years you stay healthy enough to enjoy your life, right? Really, truly enjoy your life. And I love that idea because that's something we can influence every day. We can do that to give your health span, your life, a better health span and a longer health span, longer life with a healthy health span or healthy body. I think I said that right. So reading those comments just reminded me most of the good thing in life don't come from one big decision. They come from hundreds of small ones, like drinking better clean water, taking a walk, go walk your pet. I walk my Toby all the time, every day. Sleep better. Be conscious about how you go to sleep. We talked about that before. Is um, you know, and when to go to sleep. Turn off your lights. Turn off all the electronics hour before you go to sleep, and do meditation before you go to sleep if you need to. Manage stress. How bad that chronic stress can do to your body, and eating better. Not all the processed food. I mean, you don't have to go all organic or go crazy about, oh my God, what am I going to eat? How organically, what am I going to put in my body? I mean, I still splurge. I still have my treat once in a while. I still love my dessert, but I'm more aware of what I put in my body now. Laughing more. Have a great conversation with friends and family. What's the old saying about laugh? I'm sure you guys know I'm not good with saying stuff, all the saying, but you know about what I'm talking about. That laughing saying. If you catch that, drop it down because I can't remember right now. So share with me what that saying is. Taking care of relationship with your family, your friends, your business partner, your clients, whatever that is, being curious enough to keep learning. I think this is why I like being here because every time I learn about something, I share, and then that's something that it will stick with me more because the more I share, the more it sinks down into my brain. I don't think any one of those changes your life overnight. This is something of life awareness that you consciously practice every day. But I think together they absolutely can change your life. So that Reddit discussion um, left me with a better question. Not how long do I want to live, more like how well do I want to live? Because I don't want to spend my later years sitting on the sideline watching life just go by and zoom by, right? I want to keep experiencing it. I want to keep saying yes to new adventure. I want to keep making memories with the people I love, like my grandkids. For me, that's living young is always meant. Not trying to stay younger forever, not but staying healthy enough to keep fully living. I love to hear what you think about this. And I know I said I want this a lot, but what I want makes me take action toward that want because I want that thing to be real, to be part of my life. So when you want something bad enough, you will do it, right? So that's why I keep saying, I want this, I want that. It's not because you're greedy, you deserve it. So I love to hear your thoughts about this. Do you think that people today are aging differently than they did 20 or 30 years ago? And if you can choose one habit that made a big difference in your life, what would that be? Or any part of the question that I asked, that laughter at the end, that laugh saying, share with me. I love to hear that. So I think we all can learn something from each other answer. So anyway, thank you so much for being part of my Friday Bagel again. And I hope to see you again next week. Bye for now.